Can you still hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you.
Awesome. So I want to say a big thank you to you for taking our time to be a part of us. It's really, I would say it's an honor. The reason I'm saying the honor is you can go and check her out on LinkedIn and then go and check out the company she's currently working at. In fact, fun fact, she decided to do the end of year party at her old company and then still craft the end of year party for the current company. So that's double blessing in
Yeah,
December.
yeah.
December has been very dead.
All right, all right. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. See, we're quite a number on the call already. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you are doing great. Please tell me how you're doing in the chats. You can type in the chat. Tell me how your day was. Hope you had a productive day. I would like to get to know you. Just type a hi in the chat and tell me how you are doing, how your day was, if you had a great day. Oh, fantastic, Eminence. Your day was good. I love that. I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight's promises to be enlightening, uh, promises to be informative, and I look forward to the amazing conversation we're gonna have. Awesome, Nancy. I love that you had a fine day. Awesome. So, good evening, everybody. You're welcome to this session this evening, where we're going to be delving into the world of tech. All right. If you're looking to land a tech job in 2025 and you don't even know how to go about it, you're thinking because you don't have an IT degree or because you don't even have any connection to any tech organization, you think you're unable to land a job. I will show you tonight how that you can actually land a job without a tech degree or any connection whatsoever. All right. So very quickly, my name is Ayobami Yusuf. I am a data analyst and I also head training operations here at Nebiant Analytics. And I would be having a smooth ride tonight with you guys. So if you're ready in the chat, please type I am ready. If you're ready for our ride tonight, our amazing ride, please type I am ready in the chat. Let me know those of us that are ready for our journey tonight. Fantastic, fantastic. I see a lot of people are ready. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Since you're ready, let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. So let me share my screen and present my slides. And once you can see my screen, please type loud and clear. Sorry, just type I can see your screen. If you can see my screen, please type I can see your screen in the chat. Let me just give you 1 minute to do that. If you can see my screen, type I can see your screen in the chat. Amazing, 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 amazing. All right, fantastic. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. If you can see my screen, you'll see that our topic for tonight says no connection, no fancy degree, but I still got the job. How many of you want to know how I was able to land a job with no connection, no tech degree, nothing of such, but I was still able to land a tech job? How many of you want to know how I did that? Fantastic. Good. And as I'm sharing how I did that, what you should be also thinking about is how can I also leverage that information by myself to be able to land a tech job. All right. So let's get right into it. Like I said, my name is Ayobami Yusuf. All right. I am a data analyst. I've been working as a data analyst for more than 4 years now. I'm closing in on 5 years in the data analytics and IT consulting space. And if you're seeing us for the first time, and by us, I mean Nebiant Analytics, you're joining a Nebiant Analytics session for the very first time. This is your first time joining a Nebient analytics session, please type first time in the chat. But if you're a regular attendee, type regular in the chat. I want to get to know my audience. If you're a first timer, please type first time. If you're a regular attendee, please type regular in the chat. Let's get to know ourselves. Oh, I see a lot of first timers. Fantastic. So we would be having such an amazing time tonight. So because majority of us are getting to experience Nebient Analytics for the first time, let me just take a few moments to tell you about Nebient Analytics. We are an edtech firm set up to tackle one major challenge that is prevalent in the African tech environment. And what is that challenge? It is the challenge of poor representation in the global tech space. We don't have enough Africans representing us globally in the tech space. And the problem is very simple. The problem is because not enough Africans have access to premium tech training. All right. When you go outside of the country, you discover the kind of training that foreigners get exposed to. Rigorous, intensive training backed with real world experience. And that is why when these people get outside of this training, they are equipped enough to land jobs. But when you come to Africa, the reality is different. All right. We just have a lot of institutions who just want to, bring people together, just teach them basic things and leave them to start looking to position themselves in the tech space. People that have gone through that kind of training are not well equipped to compete globally. And that is the challenge that we find ourselves in Africa. And because we are aware of this challenge, we decided to solve that problem. And how do we solve that problem? We equip Africans with premium tech training. Not just tech training, guys. I didn't say tech training. The emphasis is on what? Premium, all right? And we also position Africans for job opportunities. And that is the gap we are filling. We don't just train you, we also position you for the job. And this is exactly what Americans, Indians, Pakistanis, all of those guys outside Africa are doing to their people that help these people to compete globally. And this is what we are also doing in Africa. And we've seen a lot of tremendous results. And we also want you guys to take part of our arrangements. And we are confident that if you get on board, definitely you are going to land a tech job, especially as an African. If that sounds exciting, you want to give me a thumbs up. If that sounds exciting, if that is something that sounds really exciting to you, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you find that really exciting. Fantastic, fantastic. So let's walk through our roadmap for today. What are we going to be talking about tonight? And I really want you guys to pay attention because I'm going to be exposing the secrets to landing jobs. Our focus will not just be on how you can learn a skill. Our focus will really be about how can you land jobs. Because as Africans, let's tell ourselves the truth. We don't just want to learn because we love knowledge. Am I saying your mind? Am I saying the truth? We don't just want to learn because of knowledge. We want to learn so that we can use that knowledge, that skill to be able to do something with our lives. And what do I mean? To be able to get high-paying jobs. If that is true, if you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. But if you don't agree with me, if you are somebody you just like to learn for the fun of it, you can give me a thumbs down. But if you are somebody who wants to learn so that you can use that knowledge to make a living, give me a thumbs up. I see I have a lot of Africans on the call, and that's why there's a lot of thumbs up going on, right? So Africans, we want to learn to be able to earn. That would be our mantra for today. We want to learn to be able to earn. If you got that, type it in the chat exactly. Type it in the chat. I want to learn to earn. So let me be sure that you got our mantra for today. I want to learn to earn. So if you got my mantra, put it in the chat. Fantastic. Fantastic. So if you want to learn to earn, this is the right session for you. So let's see what we'll be doing today. We will start by taking a deep dive, all right, into the strategy you need to adopt to land remote tech jobs, even without a tech degree or any form of connection to any tech recruiter or an organization. So, what strategies do you need to put in place for you to be able to land remote tech job as an African without a tech degree or connection? And after we've looked at that, we will then expose you to what I like to call the Nebian sauce. There's something we do here at Nebiant. We do it differently from other institutions. And that is why our students are recording success upon success. A lot of people wonder, why do we have a lot of success stories to share? It's because there's something that we have discovered, a secret formula that works, that helps our students constantly land jobs. And I'm going to be sharing that with you after I have shared how to land jobs. We call that our extra layered career support. All right. And once we are done with that, I will then share a special announcement with you guys at the end of the session. So what you want to do, all right, what you want to do is stick around till the end of the session so that you get to hear my special announcement and you don't miss out on the offer that I'm going to make available strictly to people that are on this call right now. And I have good news for you guys. You see my slide, the presentation slide I'm using, and also this session. The recording of this our conversation is going to be sent to you. We are currently taking a recording of this live session right now, and we're going to send that to you. All you need to do to access the recording and the live session is to fill out the attendance form that is currently shared in the chat box. You will see, if you take a look at the chat box, you'll see one of my colleagues, Enquiries Nebiant, sharing the attendance form, sharing a link to the attendance form. Once you fill out the attendance form, we will extract details that we need to be able to send out the recording of this session and also my material. If you got that, give me a thumbs up. If you got what I just said right now, give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. I see people are still saying they want to learn to earn. I love that. So if you're ready, let me see your excitement. Give me your favorite emoji. If you're ready to get started right now, use your favorite emoji. Let's see if you're excited. If you're excited. Fantastic. Fantastic. So let's get right into it. I have a question for you guys, and I want you to be very honest. Do you want a tech job in 2025? Do you want a tech job in 2025? If your answer is yes, type yes in the chat. Because I need to know that I'm speaking to people that are going to make use of everything I want to share. I don't just want to waste my time sharing tips with people that are not ready for it. I want to restrict the information strictly to people that are going to listen and then act upon it. All right. So if you want a tech job in 2025, type a yes in the chat box. I want a lot of energy in this room tonight. I want energy. All right. Because it is with this same energy that you would apply everything I'm about to teach you. Fantastic. Since we don't have any no in the chat, that means we can go ahead with what we want to do tonight. So you want a tech job in 2025. Now let me share with you what I did to land mine in my early days in tech. How many of you are excited to learn what I did to land my tech job? My first few tech jobs in my early days. How many of you are excited to learn what I did? You want to copy my approach. If you want to copy my approach, give me a thumbs up. You want to do exactly the things that I did. Fantastic. Fantastic. So let's get right into it. But before then, before I share with you what I did to land my first tech job, let's take a step back to examine a backstory into my early days of confusion. All right. In my early days, I was a frustrated high school teacher. I was teaching from, those schools where you would teach from GSS 1 to SS3. In a day, you will teach all the classes from GSS 1. I was a business study teacher for GS1, GSS2, GSS3. For SS1, SS2, SS3, I was an economics teacher. Also for GSS 1 to 3, I was teaching mathematics. I was doing a lot of work. I was frustrated. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was a frustrated human being. But then I knew that if I wanted to get out of that frustration, I needed to do something differently. And I heard, oh, people are getting into tech, making a lot of money, working from the comfort of their homes. And I just wanted to get into tech. But there was no direction of what path to take. Like a lot of newbies, people just hear tech and think, oh, tech is just a straightforward journey. All I need to do is get into it. Until they get into it and discover that tech is very vast. There are a lot of things you can do in tech. Tech is not just something, it's not just a singular career path. Tech is an ecosystem of multiple career paths. So I was very confused. I didn't know which path to take in tech. So that period I was just learning. I was learning a lot of stuff. I learned Photoshop. I learned Adobe Illustrator. I learned Figma. I learned HTML. I was just learning. Guys, if you can relate to this, if this is the stage you are currently in life, you don't know which career path to take in tech, you're just learning randomly, type I can relate in the chat. Oh, somebody even took the word right out of my mouth. I love that. If you can relate to my situation at the time, type I can relate. I want to see my fellow WhatsApp group members. Can you imagine? A lot of people can relate. A lot of people can relate. Fantastic. Right. So a lot of people can relate. So, and don't feel bad, guys. I want to tell you this. Don't feel bad because you are not alone. This is the reality of every newbie in tech. Anybody that is new into tech must go through this phase of confusion. All right. But I was just doing all of that. Guess what, guys? Nothing changed. I was learning this, learning that. Nothing changed about my life. I was still a frustrated high school teacher until my mentor advised me. He gave me a very solid advice, and that advice is what I'm going to give to you tonight. He advised me to pick a niche and upskill with focus. I'm going to take that again. My mentor advised me to pick a niche and upskill with focus. What did he mean by that? Instead of learning this, learning that, learning everything, he asked me to focus on a particular career path in tech and learn to upskill only in that area in tech. And he said something very profound, something I still hold on to till to today. And I still share it with my mentees. He told me to go deep before going wide. I'll take that again. You might not see how profound this statement is. I'll take it again. He said to me, Ayobami, I would advise you to go deep before going wide. And I'm going to explain this to you. Or if you're on the call, you understand this statement. If you understand this statement, give me a thumbs up. Maybe I don't even need to explain myself. You understand this statement, give me a thumbs up. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. But for the sake of people that don't understand, let me explain what he meant. You see, while I was learning a lot of things, what I was doing is I was going wide. I was just learning a lot of things. So that was me going wide. But to go deep means you pick one thing and you become a master at it. So you want to become a software engineer, for instance. Don't learn software engineering, cybersecurity, UI, UX, data analysis. That is you going wide. But if you want to go deep, you pick a niche and then learn all the things you need to learn about that niche and become a master at it. Now, you going wide is you becoming jack of all trade and a master of none. But if you want to succeed in tech, if you want to have a successful career in tech, you need to first of all what? Go deep before going wide. Do we understand, guys? Do we understand? Do you understand? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that was the first advice that my mentor gave me. He asked me to pick a niche and upskill with focus. And that was what I did. So step one for you guys is what? Who can tell me my step one for you guys? Before let me take it away. So what would be my first advice to you if you want to start out a career in tech? Put it in the chat. What do you think is going to be my first advice? Pick a niche. Fantastic. Fantastic. Beautiful. 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 Pick a niche. Fantastic. Pick a niche and focus on that. And guys, guess what? That was what I did. So I picked a niche and I focused on it. I knew I loved visuals. I love colors. I love aesthetics. I love numbers. And I discovered that the niche that I would actually succeed in is data analysis. And I'm happy to tell you guys that since I made that decision, I have never regretted it till today. You know, there are some decisions you make, and at the end of the day, you'll be like, who even sent me safe? I know friends that they got into some other areas in tech, and years down the line they are regretting who even sent me to become a software engineer in the first place. But I have never regretted for a day becoming a data analyst. So guys, step one, pick a niche and focus on it. Now, people say this a lot. I'm sure this is not the first time you are hearing pick a niche, pick a niche, pick a niche. People say this a lot, but there's still a bit of confusion. There's a bit of mistake that you can even make when it comes to picking a niche. Guys, do you agree with me? Do you know you can pick a niche wrongly? Yes, you have picked a niche, but you can incorrectly pick a niche. Do you agree with me, guys? Do you agree with me? Do you agree? Fantastic. And what do I mean by this? You can actually pick a niche and decide to focus on that niche, but the problem is that you're going to pick a niche that is going to take you years and years and years before you are even able to land a job. So as you are deciding to pick a niche, you want to pick a niche strategically. Don't just pick any niche. Pick a niche that is right for you and appropriate for your reality. And guys, if you remember when we started, we said that as an African, we want to learn to do what? Who wants to remind me? You want to learn to what? Remind me in the chat. Why are you learning as an African? To make money, to earn. Fantastic. So, meaning that there are some niches that you will pick that it will be difficult for you to learn to earn. So it's not enough to tell you to pick a niche. You also want to carefully pick a niche that will make it easy for you to learn to earn. And we have carefully identified 3 career paths that is appropriate, that is right to focus on as Africans. And what are these career paths? I present to you the super 3 career paths. Number 1, data analytics. Number 2, data science. And number 3, business analysis. These 3 career paths, you can never go wrong as an African. Are these the only three career paths that exist in tech? The answer is no. Are these the only three career paths that you can get into and make money? The answer is no. But guys, guess what? These three career paths are the only three career paths that you will decide to pick as an African that you would be able to easily make money from. Why? Because number one, the competition is not even crazy as much as other career paths. For instance, let me give you an instance. Let me give you a very fantastic instance. If, for instance, you decide to pick software engineering, I tell you for free, as an African, you are going to have to compete with all these Indian wizards. If you have ever tried to learn anything in tech and you have not encountered an Indian, I can tell you that you have not started. You want to learn something in tech and you went on YouTube. How do I do this? Trust me, 1 out of 2 times you would encounter an Indian. Guys, do you believe me? Have you ever experienced this before? Have you ever experienced this before? You wanted to learn something, you go on YouTube to search for how to do 1 or 2 things, and out of the searches, if you have 10 searches, out of those 10 searches, 8 of them will be an Indian, right? So that means that this area is, the learning curve is very steep and the competition is very strict. So you don't want to stress yourself learning something that is going to be difficult for you to land a job in. So by experience and by research, we have streamlined your search. We have helped you. We have helped you by doing the search. Oh, so you've ever gone online to search which career path should I focus on as an African, or what should I do in tech as an African? We have helped you to do the search. And we are recommending these 3 career paths: data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And you might be asking me, why? Exactly, Babajide has confirmed what I said. Now, the question is, why are we recommending these 3 career paths for Africans? Now, the reasons are very simple. Number one is that data science, data analysis, and business analysis are easy to learn. Who doesn't like the sound of that? You want to learn something and it is easy for you to learn. Who loves the sound of that? The fact that you have heard from this session tonight that there is a career path that is easy to learn. If you like the sound of that, give me a thumbs up. If you love the sound of that, I mean, who wouldn't, right? Fantastic, right? So these 3 career paths are very, very easy to learn. I'm not saying, oh, very easy, even a dullard can learn it, you don't have to put in any work. No, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying, relatively speaking, if you compare it to cybersecurity, software engineering, computer vision, all of these other career paths, data analysis, data science, and business analysis is very, very easy to learn. And that is a reason why you should decide to focus on it. Number 2 reason is you can easily transition to any of these 3 career paths, regardless of what you are currently doing. It is easy to transition from that career path that you're currently doing into any of these 3 career paths. Very easy to transition, meaning that it is easy to get a job once you are done learning the skills. If you also love the sound of this, give me a thumbs up. I mean, I expect that who wouldn't be excited about the sound of easy transitioning, right? Now, the 3rd reason, guys, and I'm sure you'll be very excited about this 3rd reason. The 3rd reason is this: it has great salary projection. Great salary projection. If you're excited about this 3rd reason, give me a clap. Just use a clap emoji. Give me a clap emoji. You're excited about this 3rd reason. Now, you might be saying, but this guy might be lying. I'm not going to ask you to believe me. Let's do a quick search of the average salary. Let's just do, I've never done this before, but I'm excited tonight to share with you your future. This can be your future. Let me share with you. I'm just going to do a quick Google search of the average salary. Let's just do average salary of a junior data analyst. I'm even going to go crazy and say junior, not just a senior, junior data analyst. Junior, that means you are just starting out. You don't have experience. What is the average salary of a junior data analyst? Now, in Lagos, Nigeria, in fact, we are not even doing Lagos, Nigeria, but you can already see the amount, right? You can see the amount. In Lagos, Nigeria, a junior data analyst can expect to earn an average total compensation of 1.4 million naira. But this is not what I'm interested in, because we don't even focus on Lagos on Nigerian salary. Let me go to a site that gives us reliable data. Glassdoor. Good. Let me go to Glassdoor. Let me show you Glassdoor. I don't trust Google's AI data. Let me show you a platform that gives you accurate data, based on research. Now, let's see what the average salary of a junior data analyst is. Please just be a little patient with me. Let my network open up the page. But if you can see my screen, if you can still see my screen, give me a thumbs up. If you can still see my screen, fantastic. Glassdoor is not opening up. Glassdoor is not opening up. Let me do it again. Glassdoor, fantastic. Just 1 second, guys. I want to show you the exciting salary that you have the potential to earn once you decide to become a data analyst. My network is really acting up tonight. Please, if you continue to see this message, please email block. You know what? Let me open from another browser. I really want to show you. I don't know why, but I really want to show you Glassdoor. I really want to show you the salary of a data analyst. Guys, or do you think I should not show you? If you want me to show you the salary of a data analyst, give me a thumbs up. I'm sure many people are interested. Fantastic. So we're going to do this. Don't worry. We're not going to mind this network. We are going to show this data. All right. So I'm using another browser now. Let's see if this browser will open up Glassdoor for us. Let's see if this browser will open up Glassdoor. This is the official website to go to. And this is another tip. Before it opens up, let me share a tip for you guys. If you're interviewing for a role and you want to get an idea of how much you should ask for in that role, you should go to Glassdoor. What is happening with Glassdoor? Wow, this is serious. I think Glassdoor, the platform is hacked. All right, so I think the platform is they have a downtime of some sort, but at least we've learned one thing tonight. And what is that? The fact that if you want to get an idea of salaries, what platform should you use? I didn't even plan teaching you guys that tonight. What platform should you use if you want to get an idea of salary? Use Glassdoor. All right, so I would give you an assignment. All right, let's call it an assignment. Now to break Emmanuel. All right, so I think it's my network actually. So let's get back to the session. All right, let's get back to the session. All right, let's get back to this session. Guys, confirm that you can see my slides, that we are back to my slides. If you can see my slide, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, somebody said Glassdoor is working. Okay, Jose, I think it's my network, right? Good. Thank you, guys. So I'm not even the one sharing this information now. I'm not the one sharing this information. Somebody has done it for us. Babajide has done the work for us. Babajide is also a participant in this session. So Babajide is saying that the average salary, now for everybody that can open up Glassdoor, just go to Glassdoor and search for the average salary of a junior. Restrict it to junior data analyst, and put your answer in the chat. Put your findings in the chat. Whatever you find to be the average salary of a data analyst, put it in the chat. All right. And tell me whether my claim of great salary projection is correct or not. Now, let's go with Babajide's data. Babajide says that the average salary of a data analyst is 64,000 to 99,000 in a year. Guys, do the math. If you do the math, let's go with the lowest range. Let's go with the lowest number in the range. In fact, let's even still make it crazier. Let's go with a number lower than the lowest range. Let's go with $60,000 in a year. Now, imagine you're earning $60,000 in a year from Nigeria. That's in a month you're earning $5,000. Guys, do I need to do the math for you to know how much you're going to earn as a Nigerian working in a US firm as a data analyst? Do I need to do the math for you? Guys, what do you think? Do I need to do the math for you to know that that is an amazing salary? That is an average of, worst case scenario, 8 million naira in a month. Now, if you currently earn 8 million naira, 8 million naira, if you currently earn 8 million naira in a month, please give me a thumbs up. Let me see the Odogus on the call. If you currently earn 8 million naira, please give me a thumbs up. Oh, Praise and Adeoye, please, you can leave the call. The session is not for you. Praise and Adeoye, you can actually leave the call because you're already an Odogu, so you don't need to do anything else. You can keep earning your 8 million naira and enjoy. So you can leave the call for us, people that are trying to earn. All right. So, guys, is it already exciting, the potential to have a skill that can fetch you an average of 5 million naira every month? Is it exciting? Is the thought of that exciting? Give me a thumbs up if the thought of it alone is exciting. Fantastic. And that is what can happen to you if you decide to do or follow step number 1. If I have not distracted you with too much talk, who can remember the step number 1 to land a tech job in 2025? What is step number 1? What is step number 1? Fantastic. You guys still remember. Pick a niche. Pick a niche. And I've recommended our top 3 niches to focus on: data analysis, data science, and business analysis. And on this slide, I give you our top 3 reasons why you should focus on these niches. And guys, guess what? The salary projection that you saw for data analysis is the lowest they can ever be. All right. So imagine the possibilities, right? So that is the first step. But there is another problem, guys. So let's continue. Let's continue. I hope the meeting is being recorded for later viewing. Yes, the meeting is currently recorded. And for you to access the recording, all you need to do is to fill out the attendance form that is currently being shared in the chat box. Now, guys, let's continue. Let's continue. Guys, if you're ready to continue with me, please give me a thumbs up. Let's know that you're still with me. Let's know that I've not lost you. I have not lost you. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you would think that once you have picked a niche and you have upskilled in that niche, oh, you are ready to start landing jobs. Who wants to hear the shocker? The shocker is you are not ready to land a job by just having a skill. Do you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Do you know the same way you are upskilling, the same way you are learning data analysis is the same way a billion other people are learning data analysis? Do you agree with me that you are not the only one who wants the dollars? Do you agree with me, guys? Do you agree with me? Beautiful. So question now is, oh, you are learning, a billion other people too are learning. So why should the recruiter hire you? Why should you be the one that is hired to get the job? Because the same way you're learning is the same way 10,000, 10 million other people are learning. So that means nothing really sets you apart. If all you have is skill, that means you have nothing outstanding about you to be able to land the job. So, tip number 2 is having the technical skills. And this was my experience. All right. Remember, we are talking about my experience, right? I'm trying to share with you how I landed my first jobs, the first few jobs I got in tech. So I discovered that having the technical skills was not enough for me to land a job. It was not enough. Now, the second thing I did was that I went ahead to build real world projects. I went ahead to build real world projects. So while other people were busy learning, I was learning and I was also using that knowledge to build real world solutions. And guys, this is what makes a difference. Why? Because recruiters, organizations are looking for people who have the skills and have used the skills to build a solution before. And that is what they call experience. That is what they call what? Real world experience. So while other people just have skills to show, I have skills, I also have projects to show for it. So what I did was that I then went ahead to what? Step number 2. And what is the step number 2? Is to build a portfolio of projects and share them on LinkedIn. I'll take that again. Step number 2, after picking a niche and upskilling with focus in that niche, I then went ahead to demonstrate my knowledge. Guys, I want you to type demonstrate knowledge in the chat to be sure you are following me. Demonstrate knowledge. I want you to type that in the chat. Demonstrate knowledge. So, step number 2 is to demonstrate, show workings. In fact, that is what I should have asked you to type. Let's change that to show workings. Type show workings in the chat. Show workings. Show workings. So there's no way for companies to open your head to see that truly you have skills. You must be able to show workings. You must be able to have proof of your knowledge. And how do you have proof of knowledge? Use that knowledge to build projects. And once you have a lot of projects, put them together in what is called a portfolio. And this is what will set you apart. So when it's time to start looking for jobs, or when it's time for you to position yourself for jobs, while other people are sending CVs to show recruiters that I have knowledge, you are showing what? What are you showing? Put it in the chat. While others are showing CV, what are you showing? You are showing workings. Fantastic. I love that, Jay. I love that. So leave other people to be showing CV. You should focus on what? Showing workings, right? So step number 2 is to what? Build a portfolio and share them on LinkedIn. Make noise. Make noise about your skills. There's no way people will know that you have this skill if they don't get to experience it, and nobody is going to come to your house. So that means you need to put yourself out there. And that was what I did. I built a lot of projects and I was putting it out on LinkedIn. I was putting it out on LinkedIn. If I build a project today, I will post it on LinkedIn, tell my audience, oh, hi guys, I worked on this dashboard, blah, blah, blah. People will see, oh, this guy actually has skills and he has demonstrated it. What was I doing in that at that point, guys? What was I doing? Tell me, what was I doing at that point? What do you think I was doing at that point? Who can tell me what I was doing at that point? Put it in the chat. What was I doing? I was creating awareness. Fantastic. I was selling myself. I was showing working. Beautiful. So let's put it together now, guys. Let's put it together in a simple sentence. If you want to land a tech job in 2025, what are the 2 tips that you need to apply? 2 steps that you need to apply. Number 1, let's start with number 1. Put number 1 in the chat. Number one, find a niche. Beautiful. Pick a niche. Let's not go to number 2 until I say so. Beautiful. Let's keep it coming. Pick a niche and focus on it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, number 2 is what? Number 2 is what? What is step number 2? What is step number 2? Show workings. I love that. I think that should be our mantra for tonight. Show workings. Beautiful. And guys, I'm happy to tell you that this was what I did. And after I did that, after I followed these 2 steps, guys, do you want to guess what happens to me? Do you want to guess? I want you to take a wild guess. What happened to my life after I applied these 2 steps? Who wants to guess what happened to me immediately after I applied these 2 steps? Turn around. You make money. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you what happened on my screen. After following these 2 steps, guys, jobs started coming to me. I wasn't the one. In fact, I like to brag about this. In fact, I don't care if it's brag. I don't even care, because while other people are looking for job, I like to say it that I don't look for jobs. Jobs look for me. And this has been my reality from my first ever job till my current job. From my first job till my current job right now. I currently work for a consulting firm in the UK. And from my first job till this my current job, I did not look for job. You can see on my screen, after I was posting regularly, the first job that came for me was from an entrepreneur. She said she's an entrepreneur. She called herself MJ. She sent me a DM. Oh, I was just scrolling through LinkedIn and stumbled upon your page. It really caught my attention. My name is MJ. I'm an entrepreneur in the digital space. I work with some of the top leaders in the industry. We have a team and are always looking to add young, sharp, and ambitious minds to the team. This was the message she sent to me, and I replied that, oh, pleased to meet you, MJ. Pleased to have you here, MJ. Looking forward to an impactful relationship. She then went ahead to ask for my CV. I sent my CV. She sent it to the CEO of a company called Connectify in Lagos, and the person looked at it, saw my project, loved it, and that was how they called me for an interview. I interviewed, I performed well, and that was how I got my first ever data analytics job. Even though I didn't even spend too much time on that job, I spent 3 weeks on that. 3 weeks on my first data analysis job. Guys, do you want to guess why I spent only 3 weeks at my first data analytics job? Who wants to guess why? Who wants to guess why? Is it that I'm an unserious person or something happened? Why do you think I spent just 3 weeks in my first job? Thank you. You guessed right, Dennis. You guessed accurately right. Guys, 1 week into my first job, just 1 week, I resumed on Monday. And on Friday, DM number 2 came into my DM. And this person is a technical recruiter. The person says, hi, Ayobami. I hope your day was great. I am blah, 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 a technical recruiter at blah, blah, blah. I am contacting you with respect to a data steward job opening for our client, and that client is in the Netherlands. I'm happy to discuss this further if you are interested. Thank you, guys. I heard that you are recruiting me for a client in the Netherlands, and you are still asking me if I am interested. Is that even a valid question? Guys, what do you think? Does that question even make sense? You're asking me if I'm interested to join a company in the Netherlands. I mean, and I told him, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for contacting me and sharing the opportunity with me. I am open and interested. Of course, I am interested. What do you mean? I'm open and interested in discussing the role further. Thanks. And that was how, in less than 2 weeks, we completed the whole recruitment process, and I collected my first salary from the first job, and I left. Of course, I resigned gracefully, and I left, and I then went ahead to join this company in the Netherlands, of course, from Nigeria. You can go through my LinkedIn. You see that I work for a company called Zatec in the Netherlands, and they recruit talents for organizations in the Netherlands, right? So this was how I got my first 2 jobs in data and analytics. Guys, is this something that you think you like to be your reality? Tell me, what do you think? Is this something that you would want to be your reality? Give me a thumbs up. Is this something you would want to be your reality? Now, do you think, my question 2 is this, do you think when I was starting out, do you think that I was better than you right now? Do you think I was special, or there was something special about me? Do you think there was something special about me? No. Thank you, Jay. There was nothing special about me. Nothing special. I was just a regular human being that followed a strategy. So what does this mean? It means that if you also follow the same strategy, you are likely to get the same results or even better results. All right? You are likely to get the same results or even better results. Because like you, before this time, I was also just a regular non-tech person. But then following that strategy, I was able to change my life. And I tell you, I have never regretted that decision. And this is the same strategy, all right? This is the same framework that we teach our students, our trainees here at Nebient Analytics. Why? Because this is something that has worked for all of us here at Nebient Analytics. I had the same story. Our COO had the same story. He upskilled and he kept posting his work on LinkedIn. All our trainers here, the same reality. They learned a skill, they picked a niche, learned a skill, built projects, and that was how every one of us were able to land our jobs. And we discovered that this is actually what works. And since then, we've been teaching all our students here at Nebient Analytics this same framework. And guess what, guys? It works. We have seen tremendous success stories. I think you should clap for us. I think at this point, you should clap for us at Nebient Analytics. What do you think? It works. We tried it with our students, and magically, it works. It works. All right. And let me share with you. Don't believe me if you think, oh, how do I know it works? Don't worry. I will show you how it works. Now, these are some of the projects. Remember, the first thing is pick a niche and be a master at it, and then build projects. Now, say you want to become a student here at Nebient Analytics. These are some of the projects that you are going to be working on. All right. You're going to have a plethora of projects. A plethora of projects. Look at all these projects. These are the type of projects that you will be working on. In fact, let me view some of them. Let me expand some of them so that you can see. Let me expand this one. For instance. Let me expand this one so that you can see what it looks like. Let me make it bigger. Guys, can you see this dashboard? Can you see this report on the screen? Can you see it? If you can see, give me a thumbs up. If you can see this, give me a thumbs up. Beautiful. So these are the kind of projects you will be working on. And this was built by one of our students called Grace Ojobo. You can see her name on the top of this screen. Guys, what do you think was used to develop this? This was actually built in Excel. How many of you can believe that this was actually built in Microsoft Excel? Beautiful, Peter. Now, our students used Excel. Okay, beautiful. I will share my LinkedIn. Don't worry, we will connect. I would love to connect with each and every one of you. This was built by our students in Microsoft Excel. Let me show you another project that you would likely be building. In fact, you'll be building better projects than this because every new cohort, the project gets better. We have fantastic instructors that give you fantastic projects. Let me show you this particular project. Let me show you this one. This particular one was built by a student called Gloria, all right? And she built this in Power BI. How many of you can see this? Do you like what you can see on your screen? Do you like what you can see on your screen? Beautiful. So she built this in Power BI. And this is exactly what we mean by show workings. Don't just learn, build projects. Now, tell me how a student will show a recruiter all of these kind of projects, and the recruiter will not be interested in talking to the candidate. If you're a recruiter and you're looking to hire a data analyst and the person shows you these many projects that they've worked on in the past, do you think you'll be interested in having a conversation with that person or not? Tell me, do you think you'll be interested in getting that person on your team or not? Beautiful. And this is exactly why our students constantly get job, following these two steps. Number one, they pick a niche and they focus on it. They become a master at it. And not just that, they also build projects and they make a lot of noise on LinkedIn. In fact, it's compulsory here at Nebiant Analytics. As a student, you must put yourself out there. Let recruiters begin to notice you. It's compulsory. You don't have a choice. You must be on LinkedIn as a Nebiant Analytics student. And when we say projects, look at some of the portfolios of our students. And these are just a few. These are just a few. These are just a few portfolios. Let me open one for you so you see what it looks like. When you build a lot of projects, you must put it together in a portfolio. Let me open one portfolio of our student. Now, this student is called Opeyemi Oyidamola, and this is our portfolio website. And guess what, guys? This website was built here at Nebiant Analytics. So that's another thing. Once you become a student here, we will guide you on how to build a website where you are going to host all your projects. It's going to serve as your portfolio website. She built this here at Nebiant Analytics, and she goes ahead to say, oh, about me, as a Google certified data analyst, I specialize in this and that. She goes ahead to tell the recruiter about herself, and then she says, click here to view my portfolio. So if I click on this button, it will take me to our portfolio. And these are some of our projects. These are some of our projects. Guys, can you see our projects? Can you see our projects? Beautiful. So she has this project, she has this project, she has this project, she has this project, she has a lot of projects that we cannot go into. So that is how you show workings. Let me open one more, just one more. Let me open Adachi Akinpade. Let me open Adachi's portfolio so you can see, oh, this is Adachi's portfolio. She introduces herself, and then you can click this button. So view her portfolio, and you can see some projects that she has worked on. She has this project, she has this project, you know, ton of projects. So that is how to position yourself to land jobs. Guys, are we following? Are we still following me, guys? Are we still following me? And I hope you are still getting value for your time. I hope you are still getting value for it. Beautiful. So that is how to position yourself. Now, let's see how some of our students have applied these steps and it works for them. Remember, I said that it works, right? So Naomi applied these 2 steps and she got a massive promotion at work. This is Naomi's LinkedIn. I'm going to send you this slide. Remember, I'm going to send you this slide. So what you can do once you get this slide is click on this button and it's going to take you to Naomi's LinkedIn profile. See how Naomi constantly posts on her LinkedIn. And you can also see Naomi's portfolio here. Remember, portfolio and make noise on LinkedIn. So Naomi applied these steps and it worked for her. Guys, let's listen to what Naomi has to say. Guys, are you ready to listen to how Naomi was able to get a promotion after applying the steps? Do you want to listen to Naomi? I need to know. Do you want to listen to how Naomi navigated her entire journey? Beautiful. So let me share Naomi's journey with you very quickly. We are not going to take too much time. We're not going to take too much time. So let me unshare my screen first so that I can share Naomi's story. Let me unshare my screen first. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me stop presenting. Beautiful. And I'm going to present one more time. Give me 1 second. All right. So I will be sharing Naomi's story right now. Guys, if you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. Beautiful. So are we ready to hear Naomi out? Are we ready, guys? Beautiful. So the next voice you're going to be hearing, let me sound like Frank Addo. The next voice you're going to be hearing is Naomi's voice. Let's go, guys.
Hi, good evening. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Naomi. Let me just start from the beginning. I'll try and be fast. You know, in 2017, the bank, I live in a small country in West Africa where they speak French. And then my bank was acquired. And when the bank was acquired, the bank that bought over my bank now started laying off foreigners and all that. But for reasons known to them, I applied to go and they said no. So I was more like frustrated. I stayed with them. But I found out that as we are going forward, I'm being relegated to the background. As a supervisor, I had a lot of branches under me. I was supervising with over 65 staff. But I found out that they were trying to relegate me. I buried myself into training. I told myself I'm going to be so trained that I can confidently work from home, because my idea after working in the bank for so many years was not to go sit for.
Guys, I want to be sure that you got the first thing that she said. Sorry for pausing that. Who can type in the chat what she said she did first? What was the first thing that she did? She said something very profound, and I like that word. What was the first thing she said she did? She buried herself. In fact, that language is so powerful. She said she buried herself in training. Wow. Let's continue.
Interview work for someone else. I just wanted to do something on my own, get a job somewhere, do it online. And as I was doing those courses I started with the free courses from Harvard. I got a lot of certificates from there. And that was how last year, August, Nabians appeared on my feed. I looked at it, and that night they were having, Lemoy was talking just like she's talking. I just joined. And I loved what she was saying. I said, this is like, my problem is solved. Remote work, this is going to solve my problem. So I paid that night, and I paid the deposit for someone else too. So that's to show you how motivated I was. And I joined the course. The most amazing part of the course is the family part. You know, it was just like we've known ourselves for years. the business analytics. We started as a general course, everybody together, and then we split to different courses after some weeks. It was so interesting. And I decided to encourage everybody in the group to follow up the course and finish. So almost all of us in the business analysis, we started and we finished. I followed the course religiously because to me, this is life and death. At least I'm from Nigeria and I should prove myself. So I followed the course step by step, went to LinkedIn, optimized my LinkedIn. I built my...
Guys, what was the next thing she did after burying herself in training? I want to be sure that you are catching these things. I want to be sure. That's why I'm pausing. What was the next thing that she said? If you caught that, tell me in the chat. What was the next thing that she said? LinkedIn optimization. So can you see the power of LinkedIn? All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
My project was like building a website. I did everything line by line, point by point, and I started posting my profile. And when the 30 days the challenge came up and they said we should post every day for 30 days. Man, it was not easy, but I did it. As by the end of that, those 30 days, I moved my subscribers or my followers from 500 to 900 and something. And it's not easy, but just do it, you know. And as I was doing it, sometimes there was this post I made that did not get any click. No, it wasn't like, no like, but the impression was 16,000. I went somewhere, I just joined a group where I wanted to start posting blogs. Apart from my website, I wanted to be posting blogs on the platform. I saw one of the owners of the platform posted my post and made comments on that, used it to teach. I was so encouraged. So, long story short, I finished my training and we were about to start our internship. Human resource now called me and said, I should come and meet with them urgently. I said, this is why you're calling me for a meeting. I know when you call people, there's like a butcher house. What happened? They said nothing. I should just come. I went and they now started telling me that they've been watching me because the bank is restructuring again and we have to align with the head office in Cote d'Ivoire. So they had to create other departments. So suddenly, what my former boss said is unattainable for a Nigerian and Anglophone in a Francophone country. They now offered me. I said, why? So no, we created this department. We want you to be the head of the department. What I'm just saying like this, it's more like 5 steps ahead. I didn't know what to say. I said, okay, I will think about it. They said, no, don't think about it. Take it. Because I said, okay, is that going to be training? You know what they asked me? Which training do you want? You're the one that will train others. We've been looking at your LinkedIn. All things asking us to train. They are all on your LinkedIn. So you train others. When I was doing this, I never thought about anything. I never knew that Nabiant is going to be a step for me to what I've been looking for since 2017. I was promoted, salary doubled, advantages tripled, and you can imagine where I am. And when they say luck is preparation meeting opportunity, I was never thinking of this part. So I encourage everyone here to just take it seriously. LinkedIn is your best platform, free of charge. Just go there and charge yourself. Work on your portfolio. Just follow the steps. Everything you're being taught here, follow it one after the other. And the most amazing part is that every team member is ready to help. If you just reach out, they are ready to help. Even the ones you think they are disturbing you, they are there for you. So I just came in here to encourage all of you because honestly, if I was going to apply for this, they wouldn't have still given it to me. And I was just sitting in my office, they offered it to me.
Fantastic, guys. What are your two type in the chat your key takeaways from this video? Put it in the chat. Your key takeaways from this video. I want to see if you really caught the powerful things that she said. The powerful things that she said. What are your 2 key takeaways from this Naomi's testimonial video? She buried herself in training and also took her LinkedIn serious and optimized her portfolio. And that was how she was able to get something that she has been pursuing since 2017. How fantastic is that? And we helped her attain that, right? So that is Naomi. So just for you to know that not only Naomi gets this result, Ellen is another student of ours that landed a junior data analyst role just 3 months into her training. Kelvin is saying he's going to kill himself with training from now. I would urge that you do, right? So Eileen is another person that landed a junior data analyst role. Eileen was just a banker that was frustrated with her bank job, and she knew that she needed something to change. She came on board, she signed up for our training program, and in 3 months, she was able to land a data analyst role. And what's even funny is when she got the job asked her to look for a recommendation letter from her previous employer. And she came back to us and we recommended her. We wrote a recommendation letter for her. And that was how she was able to start her job as a junior data analyst. Let's listen. Let's hear from Eileen herself. Let's hear what Eileen has to say about her journey. We'll probably just hear Eileen and maybe one more person, and then we call it a day with the testimonies. How many of you guys want to hear from Eileen? You want to hear from Eileen? Let me be sure that you really want to hear from Eileen. Beautiful. So I'm going to share Eileen's testimony right now. Let me share Eileen's testimony. I'm going to share that right now. Let me share that right now. Just give me 1 second to share Eileen's testimonial with you guys. Beautiful.
Hi, my name is Heli.
Can you guys hear that? Did you hear that? I want to be sure that you could hear the audio. Okay, fantastic. Let me go ahead.
And I'm excited to share how Nubians helped me get a role as a data analyst. So I'm sure we can, you or job hunting can testify how disheartening and how discouraging it is to apply for job as data analyst or whatever role you're applying for, and then you just keep getting these rejection emails. It only takes a Nubian's army to just keep pushing back and just not relent and just keep applying. And all thanks to Nubians, their training, their encouragement, they were able to break down data analytics in ways that even a layman can understand. We were helped to optimize our LinkedIn, of course, rebrand our portfolio, our resume, loads and loads of things. And even we were taught how to create websites and how we were given ideas on where to apply for jobs, sites to apply for jobs. And I mean, to all their trainings, due to all their trainings, rather, I was able to recently badge a role as a data analyst, and I'm so excited because Nubians believed in me from the scratch. They did. They believed in me. They helped us. They encouraged us, and of course, they drilled us. And this is me saying thank you.
Fantastic. How many of you got that? How many of you were able to hear Eileen's testimonial? Now, in fact, Eileen's story is a very funny one because Eileen tried on her own. She tried on her own to, change her story, get a new job, upskill, but she just kept meeting rejection rather until she decided to try it the Nebiant way. All right, the Nebiant way always works, guys. It always works. I can go on and on. With our students that have been able to use our 2-steps framework to change their life. In fact, this particular student, Lebura, how many of you can see Lebura on my screen right now? How many of you can see Lebura on my screen? Lebura's story. In fact, maybe I'll just play Lebura's testimony as the last one. We have too much. We obviously cannot share all our students' story. Lebura was able to land a job. Guys, I know you will not believe me for this, and I don't want you to even believe me. Go on Lebura's LinkedIn, go and connect with Lebura, and you can get to ask her. Lebura was able to land a job in 3 weeks. In fact, I myself, I sometimes feel jealous of Lebura because I am your teacher. And even me, the teacher, before I could get my first job, it took me a lot of effort and time. But you, by just coming on a program, you learned, you built a project, and you posted on LinkedIn. In 3 weeks, you got a job. How? The same question you are asking me. Who is that person? Dennis. The same question you asked me. How? Is how I keep asking myself. How did you get it? But the formula always works. Once you have a skill and you can make noise about it, what people don't know is silent people don't get the best outcomes in life. You have a skill, but you are too shy. You are humble. You don't want to show yourself. That is how you are going to remain a mediocre for life. And in fact, guys, let's be realistic. You know, I like to be very realistic. Someone like Portable, for instance, guys, let's be real with each other. Do you think Portable's music is so amazing? Do you think Portable sings really well? Do you think he has really nice music, guys? What do you think? Do you think Portable has really great music, and you know his music is awesome? Tell me, what do you think in the chat? No. Great. So we all agree. So I'm not being ridiculous. But why do you think Portable is achieving so much success in the music world? Guys, tell me, why do you think so? Why do you think Portable is achieving success? He has money more than some of us or some of you guys that have angelic voices. He has more money, he has more success. Why do you think that is the case? Let's be realistic with each other tonight. Let's just go outside the data analytics for a second. Why do you think Portable, the success that he keeps amassing? Because of public, he makes a lot of noise. So you have a skill and you decide to keep it to yourself. Who will hire you? Is it not the people that you should make noise to? So, and maybe that is why I understand how Lebura was able to get a job in 3 weeks, when some people that have been learning data analytics for years have not gotten a job. If you have a skill, blow your trumpet. Let me play Lebura's testimony for you guys. Let's hear from Lebura, what Lebura has to say about our journey in tech. And Lebura's testimony will be the last one we will share, and we will just go ahead to what we have for today. So let me share Lebura's story for you guys. Maybe it will inspire or encourage somebody here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to share Lebura's story. Give me 1 second. After Lebura, we'll just wrap it up with the testimonials. All right, beautiful. Which one am I sharing? I'm not sure. Just give me a second.
You mean, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Guys, did you hear that? Did you hear that audio? Let me be sure. Did you get the audio? Okay, I'm sharing the wrong thing. So let me reshare. I'm sharing the wrong thing. I'm sharing the wrong thing. Let me share one more time. Let me share one more time. Let me share one more time. Let me share Lebura's story one more time. Brilliant.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure. And
can you hear the audio? Let me confirm before we go ahead. Beautiful. All right. So the next voice you are going to hear is Lebura's voice.
an honor to be here to share my own journey. For me, it's been amazing. It's been incredible. Surprisingly, today, someone even sent me a chat. They had actually done their own course with another organization, and they were reaching out to me to say, oh, they think they want to sign up with Naviant. And I'm like, oh, I thought you have done with XYZ. And the person made a statement. He said, I have seen your work and it's so different. And it tells me that these people have something they're giving out. And that's the unique thing. And first, I want to appreciate Mr. Ayobami. He always tells us that he has the OCD, but it's been amazing because he would make you pay attention to every single details. That's the great thing about him, you know, and that's one thing I think has been amazing for me working with Nabians. The fact that you can reach out to them when you need help and they're willing to respond. The fact that when you're stuck, sometimes I send Mr. Ayobami, I'll send them messages like 12 midnights, I'll drop messages when I'm trying to do something and they'll get back. They'll get back. They put you through. The hand holding is amazing. For example, personally, I joined the program when the program had started. I didn't start the program with them from the beginning because I didn't know. I was just having a conversation with a friend and I said, oh, I want to do this. And she said, oh, there's this company, but they've started. And I was like, I can catch up. And she said, oh, let me speak and see if they can sign you up. So I actually came in. The program had gone like a week or two before I joined, but the hand holding was amazing. Recently, I had to share my portfolio with someone and the person was like, is this really your portfolio? Like, how many months did you say you've been on this program? Now, going back to how I was able to get an offer, it still comes back to the fact that you're made to pay attention to details. I remember doing that dashboard, and when I was done, I sent it to Mr. Ayo. He still told me, we still need to put one or two things through. This still needs to, Mr. Ayo, please leave me alone. It's my first time. You want to kill me? And he kept saying, no, Mrs. Ola, we need to make this professional. This is good, but you can still align it like this. You can still do this, so that's making sure that what you're doing is perfect. And by the time I put it out there, people didn't even believe it was my first dashboard I was putting out there. And then someone reached out to me and said, oh, they had a job they were supposed to do somewhere, and they wanted me to work with them on that job and do the data analysis part of it. For me, it was super because I didn't see that coming. And that was how, like I said, I paid money, but even before I finished the course, I got my money back because I got paid for that job. So I kind of got my money back. So for me, that was amazing. I like the fact that we have the, outside of our regular class, we still have the sections that are like the technical sessions. So yes, you've been taught, you have an opportunity of like 3 days to work, and then you're coming back for the technical sections with all your questions, and you have all your questions.
All right, guys, let's not take too much of time, but did you get everything that Lebura said? Did we get everything that Lebura said? I want you to tell me what stood out for you about what Lebura said while sharing her story. What stood out for you guys? Tell me what stood out for you. I want to know what stood out for you while Lebura was sharing her journey into tech. What stood out for you? What stood out for you? Tell me. I want to get your take. What stood out for you? Consistency. Fantastic. Consistency. So you see that everything that we've been saying so far all boils down to one thing. In fact, all boils down to everything we've been saying since we started this session. Number one, you want to pick it. In fact, let me not say it. Guys, give me a summary of everything we've been talking about so far. Give me a summary, how to land a tech job. Somebody give me the 2-step summary of everything that we've been talking about so far. I want to see people that are still following me. Pick a niche. Thank you, Kingsley. Pick a niche. Pick a niche. Fantastic. Fantastic. I want more, guys. Guys, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to be sure you are following me. Adiola, pick a niche. Fantastic. Let's go on, guys. Let's go on. Build a real world project. And you can see all of these things are common to all of these guys that have shared their story. So it is not magic. And this is why we say that all of the things we are doing here at Nabians Analytics, it works because this is what worked for us. And we are now teaching it to our students. And this is why we get the kind of results that we get. So question is, if you're willing to put yourself to work and also show workings, like we've been saying, do you think you would stand a chance of getting a job or not? Tell me in the chat. Do you think if you apply all these things that we've been teaching you so far, do you think you stand a chance of getting a job or not? A lot of yeses. Fantastic. Now, my next follow-up question is this. Do you think it is possible for you before the end of 2025 for you to land a remote tech role? Do you think it is possible? Yes or no? Beautiful. Absolutely. Now, my last question. Can you picture yourself already? Can you picture yourself already in a remote tech role before the end of 2025? If you can picture yourself already, say, I can see it. Type, I can see it in the chat box. I want to see people that are already positioning their mind. Beautiful, beautiful. So all you need to do is follow this, our two-step framework. But guys, I have something else for you. To be double sure that our students are properly positioned, guys. In fact, I wanted to share more story. But I don't think we need more story. Or do you think we need more stories? Do you think a story we need at this point of our journey, guys? Do we need more story or how to position ourselves? More stories or how to position ourselves? Exactly. So we don't need more stories. We want you to be the next people sharing the story. So I would have shared the story of Grace, share the story of, we have more videos, share the story of Grace, share the story of Ugochi. Ugochi landed a business analyst role just recently, and you will see Ugochi has a LinkedIn. Ugochi has a portfolio. When we send you this slide, go through their LinkedIn and go through their portfolio. You will see that all of these people, the same thing is consistent with them. They picked a niche, they build a skill in that niche, and then they have a portfolio of projects and they make noise on LinkedIn. The same thing with Oluwaseun. In fact, Oluwaseun is now like a globally recognized business analyst. He's a business analysis top voice, right? And this is somebody who just recently underwent our training program. So all of these people, they followed our framework and it yielded results for them. All right. So in fact, I have more slides for testimonial. I wish I can just skip all of this, but we have too many that we cannot share in one session. But I'm going to skip all of the testimonials and go to the extra things that we do for our students that help them land jobs. So we know that our two-step framework works, but to properly position our students, we also equip them with more. We give them more. And this more that we give them is what we call our extra layered employability support. We ensure that our students are not just skillful, but they are also employable. We ensure that jobs is the focus for our training. And how do we do that, guys? If you ask me, it's very simple. We have walked through the path before. We also have other professionals who have walked through that path before. We bring these professionals in to guide and mentor them. And to do that, we have set up a weekly guidance and mentorship session for all our students. So every of our students definitely will have a mentor. We will not allow you to enter the tech journey unguided. So we would assign you a mentor, and every week you have sessions with your mentor. They guide you on what to do, what not to do, the mistakes that they made so that you don't make those mistakes. And apart from that, we would also ensure that before you apply to any job, we will assess your CV. As a matter of fact, in the first few weeks of onboarding into our program, we are going to revamp your CV. You cannot use that same CV you've been using before. No, we are going to revamp your CV to a world standard format. All right? To a world standard format. Babajide, I'm going to take questions. Don't worry, you just stick till the end of the session. We're going to take questions. We're going to demystify everything that you need clarity on. All right, so we also have our CV assessment and job matching offering to all our students. All right. And you hear a lot of our students, all these guys sharing their story, you hear them say, LinkedIn help me do this, LinkedIn help me do that. And that is because as a Nebian student, you must undergo our LinkedIn profile revamp in order to be able to boost your personal brand. The LinkedIn that you have now is not the one you will use. You're not going to continue with that structure. No, there's a way your LinkedIn should be that it will automatically attract recruiters. And it is compulsory for you to revamp your LinkedIn to a state where it is attractive. Your LinkedIn literally will become a job magnet. All right. So those are the things that we give to our students. And apart from that, we also have our Upwork profile review. Upwork is a platform to work as a freelancer in case you don't want to do 9 to 5. All right. You want to work as a personal consultant. You use your skills to offer as a service to clients. You want to work as a consultant. You can use Upwork for that. And for you to do that, you must have an Upwork profile. And we set up an Upwork profile for all our students that are interested in consulting or working as freelancers. All right. And apart from that, we would also give you lifetime access to interview preparation. All right. Meaning that once you get you get called for a job interview, you are not going to go into that interview unprepared. You will go through our rigorous interview preparation scheme. And that interview preparation access is lifetime. Meaning that even if you are no longer a student, meaning you have completed your program, and in the future you still have interviews that you need us to prepare you for, you have access to us forever. We would continually prepare you for all the interviews you are going to have now and in the future. And these are the things that our students have access to. And apart from that, all your learning and training materials, you have lifetime access to them. You paid for it. You are not going to say because you have finished your program, now you don't have access to it again. No, it is forever. You have access to it forever. Everything that you learned in class, all the videos, all the recordings of the classes, everything, you have access to them for life. All right. Now, after your program, after your training, you will think that we will leave you. Oh, you are done with your training. Bye-bye. But no. After your program, every Nebian student has access instantly after your program to our internship opportunities. So you are going to intern with us. All right. You're going to intern with us. You're going to serve. You're going to work with us as an intern. And as if that is not enough, we are going to also refer you to jobs. Because if you remember when we started, we said we are not just interested in building skills alone. We're not just interested in getting you skilled up. We want you to get jobs. So for you to get jobs, we look out for opportunities for all our students. And when we get these opportunities, we refer them to these opportunities. And we also have partner organizations that know that we train people and they need these talents, and then we supply these talents to them. All right, that's another thing you have access to as a Nebian student. And I'm going to share more about this job referral program that we do for all our students. And lastly, because you are done with your program does not mean you are done with Nebian Analytics. All right, so we don't leave our students stranded after their program. You also have access to our lifetime alumni mentorship. So an alumni is somebody who has taken our program before and is done with that program. You become an alumni. And once you become an alumni, we onboard you into our alumni community. You are now part of the alumni family. And we have some mentorship programs, some empowerment programs that we do with our alumni to continually empower them. All right. So if you are done with your program, you get onboarded into our alumni program. Guys, how exciting does this sound? React with your favorite emoji if you think all of these are exciting. Beautiful. Now, have you now seen, I hope with everything that I have mentioned, do you now see why our students constantly get job? Hope you have now seen our secret. We are not doing magic. This is our secret. This is what I call the Nebiant source. And that is why our students keep getting jobs. And in fact, speaking about the job referrals, we recently just referred 2 of our top students to a job. Now you can see a screenshot of our COO in the person of Mohammed Suleiman, is our Chief Operating Officer here at Nebiant Analytics. He sends to our group, I need 2 of your strongest DA students. DA means data analytics. I need 2 of your strongest DA students that can take up a job like ASAP. All right. So one of our partner organizations reached out to us that they need 2 of our data analysts and they need them for immediate employment. All right. So we got 2 of our students into that opportunity. And again, he also sent a follow-up message saying, oh, good morning. Please inform them that we have recommended them for a DA job opportunity and they should get prepared to be called for an interview anytime. Their CV is literally what they need to study and, of course, the projects they've worked on. Please inform them so it doesn't come as a surprise once they get called for an interview. And he tagged the instructor saying the team lead of the data analytics department, including a particular student called Mercy, so it doesn't come as a shock if and when she gets called. All right. So these students, we recommended them for the job and we also prepared them for the interview. And this is with a client in Canada. All right. So you can imagine having to be in a community like this that not only empowers you and positions you, but also refers you for opportunity. I mean, even if village people are after such people, for instance, if there are people that they said this person will never get a tech job, if you step your foot into Nebiant, that's that if it's a course, that course has gone away, because here at Nebiant Analytics, our focus is ensuring that our students are empowered and also employable. Guys, does that sound interesting to you? Does that sound interesting to you? Are you excited about that? Fantastic. Only one person is excited. I want to know if you are okay. Beautiful. Okay, that came in late. All right. Fantastic. So this is what we do here at Nebiant Analytics, and we can keep going on and on and on with testimonials, guys. We have a lot of testimonials, and when we send you these slides, you can just go through all the testimonials at your own pace on your bed. Go through all of those testimonials. But my question now is, do you want more testimonials or you want to hear how to join our next class? Do you want more testimonials or you want me to share details on how to join our next class? Which one do you want? Testimonials or how you can be the next person sharing the testimonial? All right, guys, it is what you say I will do. If you say you want more testimonials, I'm going to keep going on with the testimonials. But if you want to join, I will share details on how to join. So I see a lot of, I'm waiting for one person to say more testimonials. Apparently, nobody is interested in more testimonials. I've fed you guys with so much testimonials that you are full. Now you want to hear how to be the one sharing the next testimonial. Fantastic. Now, to join our next program, our next course starting on the 9th of August. So our next cohort of trainees would get onboarded on the 9th of August. All right. So I want to start preparing yourself to join that cohort. Before I even go ahead, how many of you think you would be able to join that cohort starting on the 9th of August? Say, I am ready. If you think you are ready to join that cohort on the 9th of August, type I am ready in the chat. So I want to see as many people that are ready. Beautiful. So our next cohort is starting on the 9th of August. Fantastic. Fantastic. And here is a link to access our course brochures. All right. So if you want to see a breakdown of our program, how it is structured, the courses, the items under each course, you can click this link when we send this to you. Click this link and you get access to see full breakdown of the course brochure. All right. Now to the main matter, the fee for our program. I see a lot of people have been asking for all our program, they come at the same fee. So for our data science program, our data analytics program, our business analysis program, including all the extra perks that I've mentioned, the CV job matching, the mentorship, the LinkedIn revamp, Upwork profile, job recommendation, internship opportunities, everything comes at a standard fee of 250,000 for 4 months. All right. It is not 250,000 each month for 4 months. No, it is all 4 months. All months. The only fee you are paying for the program is 250,000. Guys, stay with me. All right. Stay with me. Now, if you go anywhere else to get access to a program this robust, I promise you, and you can go and search for a program this robust that also has job recommendations and position you for a job. Go and check anywhere, you would find it running into the millions. Now, picture yourself the possibilities, what you stand to gain after this program. Do you think 250,000 is too much a commitment for what you stand to gain at the end of the program? Let me hear from you guys. Do you think investing 250,000 for self-development that will yield opportunities that is going to empower you for life? Guys, what do you think? Do you think 250,000 naira is too much? I want to hear from you first of all. I want to hear from you. I don't even want to be the one to tell you if it is good pricing or if it is bad pricing. What do you think? Somebody is saying the price is okay considering what you'll be exposed to, the vast array of opportunities open to you. Fantastic, Kelvin. Kingsley is saying this is wonderful, beautiful, saying it is not. People are saying it is not too much. Fantastic. Any discounts, any promo, any installment plan, fantastic, fantastic. All right, I see I have people that are ready to take their life into their hands. Now, for people that are interested in joining the program, having known the fee, we understand that things can be a little difficult. All right, things can be a little difficult, especially with the way the economy is, and we have thought about you ahead of time, and that is why we have introduced our 3 installment plan package. Guys, are you excited about this? Are you excited about this? Are you excited about this? If you're excited, give me your favorite emoji. If you're excited, give me your favorite emoji. Let me see people that are excited. Beautiful, beautiful. So you can pay this in installments. You don't have to pay the entire 250,000 at once, actually. But if you can, we love that. If you want to pay the 250,000 at once, we would not say no. In fact, I will gladly welcome it. But because we know not everybody can cough out 250,000 at once, we have made provision for those kind of people. You only need to pay 85,000 naira to start the program. So with just 85,000 naira, the first installment of 85,000 naira, you gain access to start the program in August. And once you pay that, we will give you 1 month to look for the second installment. And the second installment of 85,000 naira. So you pay that second installment 1 month after the first installment. Then after the second installment, you have another 1 month to look for the third installment. So you can see we leave 1 month gap after each installment so that, maybe after your salary, you can pay the next installment. You have another 1 month to look for the next installment. After your salary again, you pay the third installment. Guys, how does that sound to you? Give me your favorite emoji if it sounds okay to you. Fantastic. Fantastic. So with just 85,000 naira first installment, you get access to the program and you will start the program. You have access to everything. It's not that because you only paid first installment, we'll just teach you parts of what you are supposed to learn. No, you are already a student of Nebient Analytics. All the things we talked about, mentorship, CV revamp, LinkedIn, portfolio, all that we talked about, you automatically have access to it because you are part of the Nebient family. All right. Beautiful. So once you do that, you can then pay the other installments at 1 month intervals. So I want to ask you, who is ready to start their journey? Who is ready to start their journey either with the full payment or with an initial first installment payment? So if you're ready, please let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Awesome. Kingsley is ready. Now, I'm going to take questions actually. So if you're ready, my colleague is going to be pasting the payments link in the chat. And I'm going to also share it on my screen in case you want to read from my screen. All right. So all you need to do is make the initial first installment payment of 85,000 naira to the account you can see on your screen, and in the chat you can also see my colleague pasting the account details in the chat. So make an initial deposit of 85,000 naira, and once you do that, send us a DM that you have made payments so that we can onboard you into the program. So if you have done making payments, please let me know. Stay on the call so that I can guide you on the next steps. So at this point, I want to take more questions. I want to take questions rather. So if you have questions for me, please first of all give me thumbs up. You know you have questions. You want to unmute, you want to speak, you want to ask me questions, please give a thumbs up. All right, fantastic. So this is how we are going to do it, guys, so that we coordinate ourselves. We are going to allow you to unmute and ask your question. But if you want to ask a question, please first of all use the raise hand button. This is the raise hand. You will see an icon on your screen that looks like a palm. Click on that palm icon. It allows you to raise your hand. Now keep your hand raised, and then I'm going to call you one after the other. Once I call your name, please unmute your mic and ask a question that you have for me. If I don't call you guys, please don't speak so that we are not rowdy about it. So I can see Felicia. Felicia, your hand is raised. Felicia, please unmute your mic and ask me your question. And while you're doing that, if you're making payments, please do that and let us know that you have made payments so that we can onboard you right away. So Felicia, please, you can unmute your mic and speak. Can you hear me, Felicia? Guys, if you are interested in this program, I would urge you to stay till the end of the session, all right? Stay, don't leave the call so that you get all the information on how you can start. So I'm going to guess that Felicia raised her hand in error. So let me see who else I would call. Babajide, please go ahead. Babajide, please unmute your mic and ask me your question. Hi, Babajide. Please unmute your mic and ask your question. Do you know how to unmute your mic, Babajide? Do you know how to unmute your mic? Can't unmute. Inquiries, please help change so Babajide can unmute. All right, we'll deactivate that shortly. You'll be able to unmute your mic very shortly. Babajide, please go ahead. You can speak now.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Babajide.
It's been very interesting listening to everything that has been presented here, and I'm excited. However, I have this simple question. What is the difference between a data analyst, a data scientist, and a business analyst? I noticed in the testimonials, most people testified as business analysts, and I think one person testified as a data analyst. So I'm wondering, what about data science? What is the difference in these three niches that Nebiant, puts on the table for us to choose from? Thank you.
Fantastic question. Now, before I answer that question, if you have a similar question to what Babajide just asked, you're also curious to know the difference between all of that, and that is the question you want to ask me by raising your hand, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up. All right, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to answer that question very quickly. I'm going to try to be very quick. Now, a data analyst simply is an investigator, somebody that uses data to investigate the performance of a business. So a business has data on their business transactions, maybe they recorded it daily or monthly, and they want to know, they want to uncover some insights. They want to know what happened over the course of the period. A data analyst will go and uncover the insights. Let me give you an example. You sell an item, and for every time a customer comes to buy, all right, for every time a customer comes to buy, you record the data. Guys, can you do me a favor? I want to crave your indulgence for something for 1 minute. Can you give me 1 minute? Can you give me 1 minute to be away and I come back in less than 60 seconds? If that is fine, give me a thumbs up. If that is fine by you, please give me a thumbs up. To be away for just less than 60 seconds to secure alternative power source. I want enough thumbs up so that I'm sure that you guys are happy with me. All right, beautiful, 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 beautiful. I will be back very shortly. I don't know if Mohammed is on the call. I don't know if Mohammed is on the call, or Mohammed is not on the call. Sorry, who is data analytics? Please, who is this data analytics on the call? Please, you can just type your name in the chat very quickly. The data analytics program that is on the call. Very quickly, please. Very quickly. David. All right. David, thank you. David, can you quickly unmute and help me explain to Babajide the difference between a data analyst, a data scientist, and a business analyst? And I'll be back very shortly. Are you able to do that, David? You do not necessarily need to turn your video on.
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up if that's okay. All right, fantastic. Thank you, David.
You're welcome. So, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much. So, for the question of the difference between a data analyst, a data scientist, and a business analyst is like this. Like Ayobami said, a data analyst is an investigator, and also we call them storytellers. So, like we all know, data is basically what has happened and what is happening at the moment. What has happened and what is happening at the moment. So the way we are all on this call, the number of us on this call is data. How many men are in this call? Data. How many women? Data. How long have we spent in this call? Data. Now, telling a story, giving a report, giving a summary, and making decisions based on this data is what we call data analytics. Do we understand? Do we understand? Exactly. So, for example, if we have 30 women in the call and we have 15 men in the call, and they ask you, which gender is more interested in tech? What are you going to say? Men or women? Based on the data. I want to see our answers in the chat box. We have 30 women and 15 men in the call. Based on this particular data, who is more interested in tech, or who is more interested in this session? What are we going to say? Women. Exactly. So that is what data analytics is. That is what it is all about. Investigating, then giving a report, telling a story through that data, and thereby making a decision. Now, for data scientists, I will explain data science, then I will hand over back to Ayobami to take over from there. For data science, I said data is basically what is happening and what has happened. Now, based on what is happening and what has happened, as a data scientist, instead of you being a storyteller like the data analyst, you are a prophet. You are a prophet, and I'm not saying in terms of like the Holy Spirit now. I'm saying you are going to predict what is going to happen. You are going to predict what is going to happen in this case. So, for example, if we say for the past, let's say in this call now, for the past 5 sessions we've had, women are more than men. In the next session, which gender is going to be more in our next session? Answer in the chat box, please. Women, exactly, women. And that is because we have noticed that women have been joining, and using predictive models. We call them predictive models. These models, we predict what is going to happen. That's why I say you guys are prophets, because you are going to say this is what is going to happen in the future. And if your models are correct, using the right formulas, using the right tools, you would be able to accurately predict what is going to happen. So that is the job of a data scientist. So before I hand over back to Ayobami, what do we call data analysts and what do we call data scientists? Write it in the chat box and enjoy yourselves, guys. So Ayobami, back to you.
Thank you very much.
Just means
Thank
the
you very much.
explanation of the business analysis.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, guys. So, guys, from David's explanation, what name or what appellation do we give to a data analyst, and what appellation do we give to a data scientist? If we call a data scientist a prophet, who is a data analyst? Very quickly, let's type that in the chat. A storyteller. Fantastic. So, summarily, a data analyst will look into the business data and be able to figure out what happened and why what happened. So he's going to look into the data and figure out, oh, this month we made 10 million naira, but last month we made 8 million naira. That means this month we made 2 million naira more. And that was because we did not sell this particular product. So he will tell the story of what happened to the business owners. But for a data scientist, he is involved in helping a business predict what is likely to happen in the future, so that that business will prepare for it. I mean, it will be nice to know if you're going to be able to achieve your financial goals by the end of the year. Guys, don't you think it would be nice to know? Do you think it would be nice to know if in January you'll be able to achieve your financial goals come December? Do you think it would be nice to know, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you think it would be nice to know. Fantastic. But because we are humans, there's no way we can know until a data scientist writes some code to create some predictive models that will predict what is going to happen in the future. So that way, businesses are better positioned to understand what is likely to happen in the future. So Babajide, I want to confirm that you have at least a faint idea of the difference between a data scientist and a data analyst. Beautiful. Now, who is a business analyst? A business analyst simply is a professional that knows what it takes for a business to succeed. That's just a simple definition. Now, sometimes a business owner might not even understand what it takes for the business that he is starting to succeed. For example, my name is Ayobami. I am a data analyst and I want to start a fintech business. I want to start a fintech firm. A fintech firm will require a fintech application like a bank app, but I don't even know how to code a bank app. I don't know what it takes to, have a successful software application to run, but I want to have a business. But a business analyst will have an idea of what it takes to have a software to run. That is on one side. On the other side of the coin, for that business to succeed, you need some technical teams, some technical people, like a software engineer, an app developer. All of these people, they need to be able to code the software that fintech app will use to make the business succeed. But those technical people, they don't even understand the basic requirements of the business. They don't understand what the business owner is trying to achieve. They don't know that the business owner wants to make profit. Their own is, let me just code this software for it to work. But for the software to work and for that to lead to business success, some things must be put in place. And these guys, these technical people, they don't know it. So that means on one side, the technical people don't have all the full picture for a business to succeed. On the other side, the business owner does not have the full picture for the business to succeed. So what does that mean? There needs to be somebody in the middle that understands both from the side of the business owner and also from the side of the technical teams, so that is able to communicate to both the business owners and the technical people the requirements that is necessary for the business or for the project to succeed. He would analyze the requirements for the business to succeed, and that is why it's called a business analyst. So we like to call the business analyst a translator or a middleman between the business owner and the technical people, so that he's able to translate everything needed for the business to succeed, both to the technical person and the business owner. Do you understand? And not just Babajide, all of us, do we understand? Babajide and the rest of us. Give me a thumbs up if you understand. Fantastic, right? So, in summary, a data analyst is a storyteller. A data science is a prophet or an innovator. And lastly, the business analyst is a middleman or a translator. All right, so that is the difference. So which one are you signing up for, Babajide? Let me start with Babajide before I take other questions. We'll be wrapping this session. We'll be wrapping it up very quickly. So Babajide, which one are you signing up for? Can you still hear me, Babajide?
Yes, I can hear you.
Data
Storyteller.
Fantastic. So you want to be a data analyst. Beautiful. So have you registered? Have you registered? Let's start from there. Let's start from there. We are happy to help you. Okay. Is that going to be tonight, or is there a challenge? Because I want to take other people's questions. I want to help you register. And so while you are doing that, let me take other people's question. I can see Dennis. Dennis, do you want to unmute and ask me your question?
Yes, please.
All right.
Good evening, Mr. Ayobami. And,
good evening.
Thank you very much for this wonderful, rewarding, and very insightful session. I have followed your presentation keenly, and I've always known my niche, where I want to go into. So to be able to make an informed decision, I have a couple of questions. So
All
I
right.
am looking at data science actually. I'm a public health practitioner, and I'm
Beautiful.
looking at data science. And again, I'm also a busy professional, right? So I want to know how does your classes, consider busy persons like me? So I'm interested in knowing what a class schedule looks like with respect to how many sessions a week, the time of classes, the time for the classes. Then, so for data science, are there actually prerequisites? Are there things someone who is interested in data science ought to know before, commencing the class, or you offer maybe from a scratch? Then, I'm also interested in knowing, do you have alumni? Do you have mentors that are doing something around the health data and analytics niche down to data science, so that I can effectively be, mentored to really streamline my learning process eventually? So these are my few questions. Thank you, and over.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much, Dennis. So our question is actually tailored specifically to working professionals. All right, it's tailored specifically because we believe that you don't need to resign your job to upskill. All right, and that's why our program is very flexible. All right. Uh, One part of the flexibility is that the actual class where you come to build projects that you're going to add to your portfolio runs on Saturday. All right, runs on Saturdays from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. every Saturday, and that is one hand of the flexibility. Another hand of the flexibility is that all our sessions are recorded. So it's very possible that despite the fact that our classes run on Saturday, you have some engagements that will take you away from class even on a Saturday. You have access to the recording. That's one. You can watch the recording before the next class, and then you also have access to your facilitators, to your teachers, to your tutors, such that you're watching the recording. If you need the attention of an actual person live, you can reach out to any of your facilitator and they will set up a call with you, so that if you have questions, you have anything, you need clarity while watching the recording, you have access to that throughout your program. All right. And we also have other sessions during the week. There are support sessions and employability sessions. Tuesdays for our support sessions. Any technical issues you have during the week, you get to come into that session on Tuesday. You ask your questions, get clarity, get support, and that will be that. Then on Thursday, you have what is called the mentorship session. And that's where we bring in experts to come and mentor you and guide you. And then on Sundays, we release a set of instructional videos. Now, these are the training and instructional materials we are going to consume all through the week before your live class on Saturday. All right, did you get that, Dennis? And the rest of us, did you get that? Beautiful. And do you think that is flexible enough for you? Before I go to your next question, do you think that is flexible enough for you?
Yes. So if I get you right, you said Saturdays largely where most of the hands-on do take place, right?
Hands-on, exactly,
Then
exactly. You
other
are spot
support
on.
usually follow. Happens within the week.
Within the week, exactly. And then you have a set of videos that you need to complete within the week before your class on Saturday, before your hands-on class on Saturday. Do you get that?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Now, your next question around mentors, alumni. In fact, one of our core strengths is in linking you up with people that have been there, done that. All right. And that's why we set up our mentorship sessions, and also our alumni community is active. All right. So if you do need access to any mentor, somebody, an alumni that has gone through the program, working in the health sector, we have a lot of them. One that easily comes to mind is Rachel. Is it Rachel? I can't pronounce her surname now. She's a data scientist in the health field, right? So she's like an health data professional. So we can link you up with Rachel, and we have quite a number of other professionals in the health field that are data scientists. So that is not going to be a challenge. Are you? Hope I was able to answer your question to your satisfaction.
Yes, so the last one, so I asked around, are there prerequisites for data science, for the way this?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
So the answer to that is very simple, because our program is beginner friendly. We don't even want you to have any prior knowledge. It makes life easier for us, so that it's easy for us to start from the scratch. So we'll start from as basic as what is data. We don't want to assume that you even know what data is. So we're going to start from assuming that you've never heard of the word data before in your life. So we're going to start from scratch. So the only prerequisite that we require of you is willingness to learn and a laptop. As far as you've been able to satisfy those two conditions, you have met all the prerequisites. Number one, willingness to learn, and number two, a laptop. And can you confirm that you have a laptop? I can already tell that you have willingness to learn. Do you have a laptop? Fantastic. Then you have met our prerequisites. So the next thing for you to do is register and then get started. So is that something you're able to do, Dennis? So that I can take other question.
Yes, so I remember in the course of your presentation, you said something about how to assess your schedule, like is the brochure, the brochure for the program. So I'll quickly assess it, run through it, and of course I'll register. I have until I think August, right, to make a commitment.
Right. So here's the link to, when we send this slide to you, here is a link. You'll see all course brochure here. So click on this link, it will take you to the documentation. All right.
Yeah. So I want to assure you that I'm very interested in the program. And thank you for all
fantastic.
Your support.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right. So we have taken note of you. All right. We've taken note of you. All right. So for I failed to mention something. All right. I failed to mention something. There is an ongoing extracurricular training going on with our chief operating officer. All right. So it's taking prospective students that are going to start by August. Some people have already registered for the program to start by August. All right. So there's an extracurricular with training. It's not part of what you paid for. We are giving you this for free. All right. Just to keep you engaged before your program starts by August. And all you need to do to access that is to register for the program. All right. So once you register for the program, you are enrolled into the program and also automatically into the employability, the other employability elements of the program that is currently going on with our chief operating officer. And if you secure your slot tonight, if you secure a seat in the program tonight, you have direct access into that. Now, it's very possible, I also forgot to mention this, that you might be interested in securing your seat tonight, but you're unable to source the full installment, the full first installment of 85,000 naira. If you want to secure your seat for the program tonight, you can secure your seat with a minimum of 30,000 naira, part of the first installment. So that means you secure your seat with 30,000 naira tonight. Your first installment only has 55,000 naira balance. So that means to start the program by August, you only need to balance your first installment with 55,000 naira. So that means you don't even need to wait you don't need to wait till August before you secure your seat in the program and have access to this our extracurricular offering. So for those of you that might be interested in securing your seats tonight, you can start with part of the first installment by paying a 30,000 naira um, uh, initial payment to secure your seat for the program. So I want to know people that want to take advantage of that. With just 30,000 naira, you secure a seat in class. All right, you get automatic access to the program, and then we onboard you also we engage you before you start your class. Does not mean you are paying 30,000 naira for that engagement. No, it's still part of your fee for the program. It's part of your first installment, meaning that by the time you're trying to balance your first installment, you are paying only the remaining part of your first installment, which is 55,000 naira. So you might want to take advantage of that. And I want to know if Solomon, I'm going to take your question now. I want to know if there are people on the call who want to take advantage of that offering. You want to secure your seats tonight with 30,000 naira. If you're on the call, you want to secure your seats tonight with 30,000 naira. You might want to signify so that I guide you on the next step. So you want to secure your seat with 30,000 naira. Please give me a thumbs up so that I can recognize you and guide you. All right, Adiola, fantastic. So Adiola, you can see the payment details in the chat. All right, so you can secure your slot with 30,000 naira. There's a payments link that has been sent, all right, in the chat. You can make payments now, or you can use the payment details on my screen. 0098. Can the link to the brochure be sent? Can the link to the brochure be shared? All right. You know what? Let me do that now. As a matter of fact, let me copy the link and share with you, because I see you are using Lemfi. I think what you should do is, are you outside the country, Adiola? Are you outside the country? You're not in Nigeria. Okay. I can tell that's why you want to use Lemfi. You can use Mainstack instead of Lemfi. You can use Mainstack. We have a Mainstack link. I'm trying to copy the link to the brochure to send to the chat. So you don't have, so it's very simple. It's just Mainstack is very simple. So Dennis, I've sent the link to the brochure. So once you click on the link, it's just like Paystack. It's very seamless. All you need to do is connect your sorry, what did I just send? Trying to see. Give me a second. I don't know what I just sent now. Okay, yes. What I just sent is, can you see the brochure link, Dennis? First of all, let me confirm. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see a brochure link. All right, Adiola. All right, fantastic. So Adiola, I'm looking at ways to support you. I think, can you just do Lemfi for this initial deposit? I'm not sure how Lemfi works on your end, but are you able to use Lemfi for an account, for a Nigerian account? If yes, you can use Lemfi. You can just make use of the account on the screen. The money will be credited directly to your account. Yes, to our business account, not my account actually, to our business account. So you can try that. Yes, try that. And once you do that, exactly. So you send balance of, you send evidence of payment, and then we would onboard you. Yes, yeah, exactly. So you can do that. All right. So you can stay on the call. I'll stay on the call with you. As soon as you do that, just let me know so that I guide you on the next steps. All right, Adiola. All right, you're welcome, Adiola. Solomon, please go ahead with your question. I'm sorry, your hand has been raised for a while. Apologies. Solomon, are you able to unmute?
Yeah, yes, very good evening. So,
Good evening.
literally, I've been making a lot of research based on data analysis and data science. So, with all the research I kind of gathered, is from what I gathered, is the what I saw was like you have to learn data analysis before you become a data scientist. So, I'm opening it out. Is it because I really love data sciences because the pay and everything is similar to like a software engineer, and it takes years. So
Mhm.
I really love that. So I'm asking, is it compulsory I have to learn data analysis before I become a data science, or I could just jump right into data science because I have no knowledge about tech. So this is my kind of my foundation. So that's just my question.
Beautiful question. I love that question. And maybe because you mentioned that you did research. Me, I love working with people that are, self-driven. So you also saw that I smiled when you asked that question. Did you catch me smiling? And just give me a thumbs up. Did you catch me smiling when you asked that question? Did you catch me smiling at all? Exactly. And that's because this question is a very popular one. We hear this almost every time. And this is one of the issues. People are unguided. And this is why a lot of people are unable to make headway with their decisions to get into tech because they hear a lot of noise. This person says this person says this person says this. But that is not true. You don't need to learn data analysis before you learn data science. But will it help if you are already familiar with data analysis before you start a data science journey? Yes, it will help. Is a matter of fact that even if what you want to learn is UI UX or cybersecurity and you have a prior technical skill, it will help in your journey. So it's not really data analysis is tied to data science such that one is a prerequisite of the other. No, it will only help actually. To be sincere, it will help. But you do not necessarily need to learn data analysis before you can learn data science. Data science is a different field on its own. Data analysis is a different field on its own. And we teach it as such here at Nebiant Analytics. And you heard me telling Dennis, that when you get onboarded to learn data science from us, for instance, we are starting from as little as what is data. We are not making any assumption about you. In fact, if we are making any assumption about you, the assumption is that you have never heard of data before in your entire life. Data is strange to you. So that means we are starting from the basics with you. So we are starting with basics like understanding data, understanding the basics of statistics, understanding the basics of predictive models. In fact, understanding Excel basics for data science. So the curriculum is so beginner friendly that even if you've not heard of data before, you are able to catch on excellently. All right. So you do not need to. If what you want to do is data sciences, I would recommend that you do data sciences. You don't need data analytics to excel as a data scientist. Hope I was able to answer your question. Fantastic. So data sciences is what you want to do, right? Solomon. Fantastic. So what's stopping you from registering for our data science program, or have you registered already? Have you
Yeah,
registered already?
like you said, it's August, so I could gather up my money for installment before August. That's pretty much fine. I have a very good laptop. I have fast internet, and I'm dedicated. And I have a couple of friends in tech, and I see how good they are living. So I just want to start my own path and everything. So that was kind of holding me back. But I believe before August, I'm going to start with the payments.
All right. Okay, so I'll get back to you now. Let me just quickly answer Adiola. So Adiola, we sent a number or inquiries, you can help me resend that number. Adiola has made payments, so she needs a number she can chat up. So Adiola, you see a phone number now. You can send a proof of payment to that number. Adiola, confirm you can see the number now. 07015647018. Fantastic. So chat that number up. You can also click on this link that was shared to send your proof of payment. It's an enrollment form. So it enrolls you into the program where you can share your proof of payment and you'll be guided on the next step. But just to be on the safer side, chat that number up and you would be taken through the next steps. All right. Congratulations to you, Adiola. So I want to know who else has taken advantage of the discount of the seats. You have secured your seat. You have made payments. I can see some people on the call. I can see Ola. I don't know if that's your surname, Olayemi. I can see Kingsley. I can see Progress. I can see Linus. I can see Nelson, Abiodun, Franklin, Sam. We are still on the call. That means that this is for us. You would agree with me that this is for you. So my question is, why have you not registered? I really, really want to guide you. I want to support your journey. All right. We have a all right. I don't think I understand the message you just sent. SYR. Oh, yeah. So let me start with you, Nanfuang. Have you registered? Network cost me a lot. Finacom. Don't worry about network. You're going to get access to the recording of the session. But have you made a decision to start your journey tonight? Oh, you're just coming. Oh, I doubt that you caught anything. So Kingsley, I want to hear from you, Kingsley Nwafo. Have you registered already, or have you made at least a commitment to the program? Hi, Kingsley, are you able to speak? We'll be wrapping this up in the next 4 minutes for you and your wife. So what you can do, I would like to have you in that session. All right. I would like you to have you in that session, you and your wife in the session with our COO. So all you need to do is just secure your seat. So you don't have to actually pay the entire first installment tonight. No, you don't have to. You can secure your seat for the program. You can secure a seat in class with just part of the first installment. All right. So that's the wisdom I try to share with some people that I really like. That's a way to be smart about it, such that even before you start your class in August, you're already enjoying what you paid for. All right. And all you need to do is take advantage of the extracurricular offering that is currently ongoing with our COO. Is my boss, my chief operating officer. All you need to do to secure that seat is pay part of your first installment with just 30,000 naira. And once you do that, you automatically become a Nebian student and you can complete your first installment before class. All right. You'll be paying 85K before month's end. All right. That's great. That's great. That means that you only wait till August before you start. Yes, you can pay 30K now and you have secured a seat in the class. And before you start your class by August, you just need to balance 55,000 naira, and that's all. All right. That's the wisdom I try to give people. And I think it's a very wise thing to do. All right. It's a very wise thing to do. So I want to know who is going to take advantage of that. And once you do that, you get access to my COO's extracurricular before you even start your program by August. Start to get a feel of what your life will be as a data analyst, as a data scientist, as a business analyst, and all the likes. So guys, who is taking advantage? who is securing their seat with 30,000 naira, or if it is the entire 85,000 naira that you want to, my LinkedIn account. So you can just search for Ayobami Yusuf, or let me just give you, let me type it in the charts. Let me type it in the charts. I think I've sent so many people my LinkedIn that I even know how it works now. www.com/in/ayobami./Yusuf. Great. So if you click on that link, you would be able to get my LinkedIn. All right. Onwuka, this financial issue is going to be a story of the past by the time you decide to upskill. All right. By the time you decide to upskill, financial issue will still be there if you don't do something differently. All right. So do you want to keep saying financial issue for a long time, or you want to do something about the financial issue? And we've made arrangement for the payments to be easy for you. Secure your seat now with 30,000. Find a way to get 55,000 naira before August, and you have 1 month after that to get another 85,000, and 1 month after that, the payment has been made very flexible. If you miss out on this now, it means that in the next 5 months, in the next 3-4 months, you might still be saying financial issue. And this is what we stand for. We want to liberate people from talking about financial issue. So one cannot pay. So the room for that is only available tonight. But you know what we'll do? Let me give you my number. If you can guarantee that tomorrow is sure, I can put in word for you. All right. So let me type in my number. 65782532. All right. So copy my number, send me a chat, send me a DM tonight. Just send me I. Tell me I was in your session tonight. I really want to start, but this and that. But tomorrow, I am very sure that I'll be able to secure my seat in class tomorrow. So what I will do for people like that is I'm going to put in word, because we are going to be collating the list of people that we're going to be securing their seats. All right, we're going to be collating that, but I can put in word for you. So please send me that message now. Send me that message now. Send me that DM now. And this is not just for Vincent. I have caught that, Vincent. This is not just for Vincent. You are still on the call. You cannot secure your seat tonight, right? But you'd want to have a conversation with me around when you can secure your seat, maybe tomorrow, or you have an arrangement in mind. You can copy my number from the chat and send me a message. So if you're going to be sending me a message tonight, give me a thumbs up. Let me know how many people I'm expecting messages from. Leg D, is that thumbs up that you are sending me a message? You can type a yes, or you can type I'll be sending you a message. All right, beautiful. So if you're sending me a message, type I will be sending you a message. Let me know people I'm expecting, so that I know whether to go to bed or still be on ground to attend to you. You'll be sending me a message tonight. Please type I will be sending you a message. Adiola, have you been sorted? Have you? Let me be sure Adiola is still on the call. All right. Adiola, confirm that you've been sorted. All right, awesome. Congratulations to you, Adiola. All right. So beautiful. So on this note, I will be drawing a curtain on the session tonight. I had a nice time talking to you guys, and I hope that you are going to take advantage of what Nebient Analytics is doing in the lives of many people, and you're going to be the next person to share your testimonial. Thank you for joining the session, and for as many people All right, fantastic. Kingsley, I look forward to seeing you in class, and I look forward to seeing every one of you in class. Good night, and have a fantastic night rest. Bye, everyone.